Okay, I'm back, and actually, it's been a few days. Yeah, this book, but I put this book is Gatory. Let's go through it again. I haven't even, and we'll when we come into the editing phase. When I come into the editing phase of this, it's like a brand new video in the middle of the video. So, this is just a card front. I thank God as I remember you from First Timothy. I just turned it, rounded corners, inked edges, turned into a journaling card and stuck it in there because, it goes with that. Oh, I took this out because remember, the color was right. I just wasn't liking it. So I know I showed you the cards. Well, this is one side of it. Oh, yeah, and I was doing the fussy cutting there. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else with this or not. I think it's perfectly fine the way it is, right? I could put paper in it, make it a little journalet. I don't know. Okay, so this is another card, and I have it here because I think that to make a journaling card out of it, that's why I have it here, because of the greens and stuff. So that's why I have that one there. Now I have this one here because this butterfly is that butterfly, but this is also half of a blank note card, right? And I think that's perfectly fine there as well. We don't necessarily have to use this. Put that aside. What else do we have? Done that. This here, see, one side has the gold and one side is plain, just a blank journaling card. I was thinking it would fit in here, right? We could do that. I don't think this one, because I already did this. This one also might be the better one to put here. And so, but actually we can, yeah, we have to figure that one out. That one might be the better one to put there. And if I open them up anyway and get 2 for 1, there'll be that. This here would be the journaling card for here. So I have that there. Then this here, remember I said I wanted to do something with this. This is the other half of that. I was making a journaling card out of it from Matthew 28:20. I'm with you always. Same thing on my arm. But I was thinking a journaling card, but then I was also thinking doing something here and we could make it like a little pocket here if we want, or just making it the focal point of that we need to do something with this black page, right? So that's why that is there. And then back here, now, you know how much I love this. And oh, I think this is the thing. I put the little bird there and I had to wait for that to dry. So that was probably the last thing. I also have this journaling card already made. I like the way that looks. We could put this in here. We could put it over here as a mirror. If we put it over here, I wouldn't make it a pocket or anything because it's not big enough. Well, I could make it a pocket. I could even mount it, mat it, right? Mat it on something. Let's see if I could, the center of this, we could do something like that. Also, these are just blanks, right, that we can use to make journaling cards. There's this one and there's this one, which is beautiful blue, which is a beautiful blue, which, no. See, so I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. But let's go back to our first one. Let's go back to this one. Now we can turn this into a journaling card, and then this one we can just use the solid green. Use the solid green and decorate it, because I'm thinking of using this side for here. We could use this solid green, but that side for there. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And I also have this, which I thought I messed up, but it is, there goes the dog. It's still good. I want to put it in the book somewhere. I just don't know where. Also because it's dimensional. I think maybe on a journaling card, or I don't know. I mean, this whole gosh darn book. We could put it there. You know, this has the oranges and stuff. Let me check. Okay, yeah. Because this already has this. I think here. All right, well, that was easy enough. And just has thin foam tape on the back of it. Not thick, not fat, but skinny. I don't know. Thin as opposed to thick. And me with no nails. No nails. Here we go. All right, so I don't know. What did I talk about? When was I doing the video? I think it was post Super Bowl. Pretty sure it was post Super Bowl. Super Bowl was a few days ago. Get off of me. And then I am going to put a little bit of wet glue, just so that hopefully I'll have a little wiggle room to get it the way I want, which really means to make sure it's straight. To make sure it's straight. Oh, and not upside down. Okay. Now there are some spots like here and here around the edges that do not have any foam on it. But there. Okay, well, you know, that one's done. Now, we're going back to the dog whining. Going back to here. So I'm going to move this aside and bring the trimmer over. And I'm just going to cut along the folded edge there to make one card into two cards. Okay. Bring it back. Now, obviously, it's too big for this. I'm going to have to cut it down. The question is, do I want to just fold it in half? Like so? Well, I guess I folded it now, so I might as well just fold it in half like so. And burnish that down. Now I can cut this right? I will. I'm going to I'll use my scissors. Heaven help me. Because we know I can't cut a straight line. Yeah, that's not straight. Should use the trimmer. Okay, is that close enough? It's a bit thin. This one is a little bit heavier, and this is heavier because I have it mounted. So I want to mount this onto here. Let's not waste anything. The back of this one. So we will use, I know I have leftover double-sided adhesive here, right? How big is this? 2 3/4 by 4, a little over 4, not quite 4 1/4. How about if we use wet glue? I would have reinforced this with wet glue anyway, but how about if we just go straight for the wet glue? Or we can do, instead of going straight for the wet glue, where's my little, we can do glue stick and wet glue. I'm not sure I always trust glue stick to have long-lasting staying power, right? Oh. So that is very, I don't know if you can see the glossy on it. It's curled a little bit. It's gluey. It is gluey. See, it's definitely gluey. And then we're going to do this. And this doesn't matter. Oh, see, there's a bunch of glue stick right there. And cornstarch on my fingers. So this morning, because it is, what time is it? Oh, it's 1 o'clock right now. I think I told everyone that I know I told you that I'm having surgery on my back in the middle of April 16th, right? Praise be to God. I know it's not going to be a, miracle cure, but my back needs help. I need help. It's pretty rough. Sometimes it's really hard to get out of bed, which could be related to any number of reasons, but getting out of bed is difficult. My mattress is not all that old. It's a foam mattress, and it's I got it off of Home Shopping Network, so there was my first mistake, right? Well, yeah, buying it online without ever testing it out is the mistake. So I do need a new mattress. It's very difficult to get out of bed with this foam mattress for me. So it's just more comfortable to stay in bed in the mornings. But anyway, my sister-in-law had the back surgery, same spot. I'm not sure if it was the same thing they put in her back that they're putting in my back. I don't know. She's up in Massachusetts. doctors use different devices, right? Medical devices, something. I'm going to bring out the, yeah, because I can't cut a straight line to save my life. But, yeah, she had it at the beginning of January, and then they went on vacation to Belize, because my sister, I know I told you this, I repeat myself all the time. My brother and my sister-in-law are born on the same day, just not the same year. My brother turned 65, old man, 65, and she turned 62. She's 3 years younger than him. But anyway, so, but they have a bed and breakfast, right? And the bed and breakfast is open. It's like, how are you doing and stuff. She said she starts physical therapy. She starts physical therapy, I guess, on Monday next week. I have no idea. My doctor and I, we said, okay, let's do surgery. We schedule surgery, but we haven't talked about, well, what happens after surgery? Like physical therapy, like my sister-in-law? What's the deal? What's the dealio, squealio? So, there's an issue here. Actually, I think we'll put a ribbon, we'll put a ribbon, how about a little ribbon here? We will put a little ribbon, I don't know. This is too big of a little ribbon. Come on, because the other side is not, like this is double-sided, right? The satin, it's satin on both sides. This is not satin on both sides. It's soft and shiny on one side, and it is not soft and slippery on the other side. So, feels like I have a bit of glue right there. I do. You can see it. Oof. All right, so for this, I need to put a dab of Fabrifix. Oh. Down. Oh, yeah, so it's the afternoon. What was I saying? So this morning was English muffin day again. I needed to make, I have plenty of cinnamon raisin English muffins, but I only had one plain English muffin left, so I made a batch of English muffins. Now, the recipe I use, I saw it on I saw it on YouTube. It showed up in my feed. The woman, and it was like a short. What's her? I think her name is Pam. She says her thing is "Follow me. I'll show you how to do it," or something like that. African American woman, very nice, and it was a short. And I think she said she saw it on TikTok or something. I don't know. Yes, we're going to cover that because that looks yucky. But so I made them, and then of course I sent the video up to my brother in Cape Cod. Homemade English muffins, and so they've just been like a work in progress. Anyway, it's very simple. 2 cups self-rising flour, 1 cup yogurt. Boom. That's all you need. I don't bake them. You cook them on a flat top. Anyway, yes, we need to put something there. We also need to ink these edges. Let's ink these edges with picked raspberry. So yeah. Now that recipe, the 2 cups self-rising flour or self-rising. I'm too cheap, and I have this stuff at that's very juicy at home. To make 2 cups self-rising flour, here we go, recipe sharing. You use, because self-rising flour is like twice the cost of regular flour. why do that when you have everything you need? So for 2 cups of self-rising flour, you use 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of baking soda, baking powder, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And there you have your self-rising flour. Now, I will say this. One day, when I was making them, and I pulled out the measuring spoon from the drawer, I thought I pulled out a teaspoon, and it was half a teaspoon. So that batch only had 1.5 teaspoons of the baking powder and it still had the same, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, because I thought it was a teaspoon. I never pull out the half teaspoon. I just, fill the teaspoon. Anyway, I couldn't tell any difference between that and the doubling that in the 2 cups. So, and there you go. You just mix it all together. So that recipe makes 6 English muffins. English. I use it to make 8 English muffins. And not only do I make 8 English muffins, but I make them flatter because I like to make my egg sandwich. And so when I roll them out, and I do roll them out, you do it by hand, but I use my rolling pin. I roll them out to about 5 inches. So they're like, like the sandwich thins. It's like an English muffin thin, but they do puff up when I'm cooking them. So anyway, what do we have over here? Now, scrap-doodly-doos. I thought I had... Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, look at that. It's a little bit too big. I thought I had a scrap of... I must have used it. A scrap of the burlap die cut. The die cut. All right, these are tiny scraps. The bigger scraps are in the bag. Okay, well, let's think about this. It only has 1 leaf on it. That right there, we can use the press and seal. We can put, if I can get over here, we can put a pink heart, listen to me, a pink flower. Sweet Toledo, woman, sweet Toledo. Or we can use a green flower. Right, I'm thinking green because pink on pink, And we can also, the sparkly tulle. Get it out. A little bit of this. So we will cut just a little bit. Obviously, we're not going to use all this, but then we have a little scrap. We have a little scrap on the side. Okay, and we're only going to do one. Do 1. And I'm pretty sure you're not seeing this. We can, just to give it a little something behind it, really, is what I want to do. All right, and then I'm going to cut just a little piece off of this. Oh, jeez. Bella, what's the matter? As if she could tell me. Just a little bit like that. To give it, yep. Just a little something. So we're going to put a little bit of Fabrifix here, if I can get it to come down. There we go. Just a dab. Right, just a dab. And then use the back of my nail. And just a dab. Make sure I'm putting it on the correct side, which would be the back side. There. Just glue, glue, glue. Just a dab. Now, of course, we can put something else on here if we so desire. We probably should. Let me see if I have any. What is this? This is a white cross. I know I have a bunch of these cut out and I can't find them. I don't know what I did with them. They're around here somewhere. And it's not even that the place is a mess. It's not. Sometimes when I organize too much, I forget where I put things. What was I thinking? Let's see. Well, let's see if I can find them. Let's see if they're in this book. Now, they would be past all these, past these, clouds, clouds. Yeah. They're not here. Oh, I was looking for a verse to put there. And then I got sidetracked by the plain cross that I saw up there that I used to emboss. This is my other book. Although I have a feeling that I didn't have them, like, I don't know. I remember seeing them. I have my small doves here, and maybe we'll do that. These are washi stickers. Globes, dandelion, says hello. Paisleys, doilies, big doves, big North Stars. Oh, here they are. Because this is just a single page that I do nothing with. All right. So we could do a cross. Now I realize that this might actually get in your eyes a little bit because it's the holographic silver cardstock. We could do that, which is very nice indeed. We could do the North Star. I'm not thinking North Star, though. I'm thinking cross. And I'm thinking silver. Oh, but there's gold there. All right, let's take a look and see if we can... we have over here. We have gold, and we have these, which might just disappear into the background, although that looks nice. This one is different. Nope. And do we have a plain gold one out? Let me get a gold one out. Nope, we do not want plain gold. So the option is either the silver one And I know it's holographic, so I'm not quite sure how it's coming across. It's probably coming across not so good for you guys. Not to the gold one. Or, nope, not to the flowery one, the viney one. The viney one. So, it's either between that, okay? The viney one. Let me get these put away so that I don't lose them. All right. And these here pockets, these plastic pockets are actually made out of, and I got them at Michael's in the back to school section a couple of years ago. These here, they're plastic pockets for, like, I don't know. They were in the back to school section. I don't know, putting locker, naming, you know, I don't know, identifying people's lockers or something. I don't know what they were used for. That's what I use for. All right, so it's between that, which is pretty, or, and it would be a small dove, not a big dove. Or that. I'm thinking the cross, quite honestly. We have a silver dove. Nope, I don't like the silver. All right, so it's between the cross and the dove. What's it going to be? Now, this is birds. There's lots of birds here. Well, that's a butterfly. It's a bird. That's a bird there. Its head cut off. There's a bird there. So we could do the bird. Or we can do the cross. I'm doing the cross. All this waffling about. All this waffling about. Okay, but now at least I know why I couldn't find them in this book. It's because of that thin magazine page, which I left alone because I made that out of a backpacker magazine. And I like the picture. So, there we go. And no, I'm not inking the edges on this because, first of all, what color would I ink the edges? And second of all, then that would look kind of messy, I think. Now, you know how I don't mind the mess, but I don't want this to be like that. Okay. And I need to get more tea towels. I use them in the kitchen a lot. Okay. So there we have that one done. We've only been at it for half an hour. Half an hour to do one journaling card. We got an issue. We got a problem, folks, if it's taking us a half an hour to do one journaling card. Now this, and I did say, put that over there. You know, I could do this. It's kind of small. We could do this. Not quite the right color, though, with that, is it? It is not. It is not. This we can do. And we could just leave that the way it is, right? Let it speak for itself. All right, let's mark this and come back to this. I'm not sure. And we're going to put this one over here. Now, where is that? I'm not thrilled with the way this came out this time, truth be told. I didn't water down the ink enough. But I'm going to cut out two 2 of these. Let's see. Like this. Cut out 2 of them. And I'm going to glue them on as the tab for the top of this journaling card, right? And after I glue them on, I'm going to have to, where am I? Here I am. Put down some glossy accents or, oh, going the wrong one. This one right here. Or the crystal glaze from, see, I'm going for this one right here. The Nouveau Crystal Glaze or the clear that I have from Pops of Color. Let's see how these are back to back. They're not quite exactly, but that's okay because what I'm going to do is I will glue them down first, and then I will make sure that they're the same size, or just ink the edges. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so do the light on top. We'll put it there. Okay. And this one, I don't know if one way is better than any other way. Right there. Actually, I don't think I need to do any trimming really. Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit right there. Although, I also think if I just ink the edges, it'll take care of all that. Vintage photo, because that is what I used. And get just one of these guys. There. And actually what I can do, instead of using that, to make sure that it, you know, I can emboss it instead. Why don't we do that? Just do this first. Right, make sure all that is in. Okay, here's the back side. I wasn't able to get all of it off. And the front side has a little bit on it too, but it's dry, it's solid. It has a few layers of embossing powder on it, as you can see maybe. So that'll go there. Now, what shall we put on it? Well, that is the question. And I really thought I had one of these out, but I could have used it. Okay, but we can put a piece on here. And what kind of kind words? able to cut it because it's not going to fit there, but I don't think I'm going to have to cut it. Oh, let's try it. We can try it. Okay. Oof. I should have done this first, I think. Okay. Because I need to chop that right after the comma. So right there. There. And here we go. You said it, Bella. Put it there. Okay. Now, pray for one another so that you may be healed. On top of this, somewhere. Okay. Now, one thing I learned is that, or maybe it was just that one that I was working with. Yes, I do have this on double-sided adhesive, but the paper is old book page, very delicate, and it helps if I put a dab of glue on all these ends, like so. Just a little dab of glue to, oh, it's a big dab. Probably should have done it instead of directly onto this, put it on a little foam or something. Oops. Spread it out a little bit. Okay. Talk is so pitiful. I don't know if you guys can hear her or not. All that whining. See this one? Like this one right there. Ripped. Get it there. But here we go. Okay. And I'm not going to ink these edges either because then pray for one another. Oh. Can't pick it up. There we go. Ooh. So that you may be healed. James. There. And we can ink the edges, although I'm not sure it's going to make too much of a difference. We're going to ink the edges with Vintage Photo here. At least just to get rid of the white core. Okay. Okie dokie. Just got to ink all over my fingers, didn't I? Sure did. Sure did. Okay. So there's that one. And now this. Also, we have this back here. So I think we're going to end the video now because I know it's going to be a long one again, but we're almost finished. We have this. Are we going to do this spread here over here? Are we going to keep this as a journaling card? And then we have this back here. I mean, I like the way that looks, how it's open frame there. For God alone, my soul waits in silence. It's the ocean. I also like just the plainness of it and putting this over here. We can also, because of the blues and the greens, we can do something like this over here. We can stencil or ink the back of this, layer this up onto something, you know, mat it, put something there. There's stuff we can do. I was actually just thinking also in my head, we can cut out of the center here, you know how I put the cross down on the center of some things. I could actually cut the cross out here of the center of this. And that would be like a window, right? A window into something. So things to think about. We could also do it this way, right? Except it has this here border. And this blue card does pick up the purple of that border. Or we could just leave this page alone. Again, I like the simplicity of it. Not everything has to be, you know, everything. And we can do something here. So that is what I'm pondering now. Well, thank you so much for your time and attention. If you are not yet a subscriber, that would be great if you would subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so that's fun. Of course, I'm way short of 4,000 watch hours, but I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so that is a milestone. Let your imagination take flight. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.